told your friend you're not okay.
Hello guys, Michaela here, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another speed build. Today we are working on a build in Willow Creek, which is for a family of foursomes, and I was envisioning a family of an athlete living here. So I imagined that one of the parents is a very famous and successful athlete, and this is their house. They have their own gym there, and they have space for all of their kids and their spouse as well. So there are two bedrooms, not bathrooms, two bedrooms for the kids, one master bedroom for the parents, and downstairs there is a home gym and a bathroom that's specifically for the home gym, or like the downstairs altogether, because I didn't really have a space to put a bathroom in the main space. But I really like the result. I really like the idea. I haven't built a gym in a while, and it was fun working on this one. I used a lot of the items that we got with Spa Day for this one, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a 40 by 30 lot in Willow Creek, as I already said, and the house comes in at 129,218 simoleons. So it's pretty expensive, but I imagine that this athlete is doing really well for themselves. So I imagine that they have the money to purchase a house that's this expensive. I went with sort of like this very warm color scheme with hints of mint, and I really love how that looks. It's very cozy and welcoming and pretty, and I really like that. I really like the vibe that this house has. It looks quite big on the exterior, but it's not that big in the end, because there are only two bathrooms for the three bedrooms, one of which is here in this like kind of separate area of the house, which can be accessed both from the outside and from the inside if you use the stairs, which I thought was a bit more realistic, considering that you might not want to go outside when it's cold or raining and things like that. So yeah, that's what I decided to go for. Here I'm working on this covered porch area. I used those slabs that we got with Dream Home Decorator to create a very like custom look, and I really love how that looks. It kind of blocks the view when you're playing with the house, but I really like the way it looks. It's very unique and looks, I don't know, very modern, and kind of fits with the style of the home that I was going for. So I'm very happy with that. Also, we got a new pack yesterday, which is this new stuff pack, which I think all of us did not expect to get a stuff bag like ever again. So it's fun that we are getting a stuff bag, and I've seen I'm recording this voiceover before the pack comes out on Thursday, not on Friday. So I haven't seen the pack yet myself, but I've seen videos by other creators in the EA creator program, or like the partner program, and they've done some overviews of the items, and I am so in love. It kind of looks like IKEA-ish furniture to me, and I am so in love with it. I cannot wait to do a build. I have a build planned for next Tuesday. I already did the shell. It's going to be like a very cozy home for a chef, and I'm going to use the new items that we have, what we got with the new, I want to say chef's something stuff bag. I don't remember the name. There are so many names of packs at this point that I just don't remember all of them. I know it's chef's something, chef's, I don't know. No idea. So chef's stuff bag, and I'm really excited to get my hands on the pack later today, and I will get a belt next week, which is very exciting, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, as I said, I did not expect to get a stuff bag ever, so it's very fun that we're getting one now. Hopefully we'll see some more in the future. So let's go back to this build. So we are working on the kind of like a side backyard situation. I'm adding some activities for the kids, like a slide, these monkey bars and a swing, some barbecue area, or like this fire pit here. And I'm adding, I think, chickens here in this bump out. And I'm also adding some planters for growing yeah, crops of all kinds. That's something I love to add in pretty much all of my builds, really. I added those patches from cottage living on the side of the lot, which is where the pool is, and here I added these big planters that I believe are base game, but I could be wrong, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I am absolutely obsessed with watching Disney Plus at the moment. They had a discounted price for 3 months, so like September, October, November, and it was like $2, I want to say. If you kind of translate it to dollars, like 2-ish euros, for me it was 50 crowns. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I want to binge all of the things I haven't seen from Disney. So yeah, I've been watching what have I watched? I watched a couple of animated movies. So I watched Cars, which I love. I've seen them so many times, so I've watched them again, rewatched them. I watched Elementals, which was super cool. I loved the animation. It was so beautiful, and I loved the kind of moral of the story. That was really fun. I've caught up on Marvel movies that I haven't seen yet. So I watched Eternals, the Shang-Chi movie, and also watched the latest Ant-Man. I'm still missing Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which maybe tonight, we'll see. And I also watched a couple of shows. Oh, I watched The Secret Invasion. I'm waiting for Loki, which is supposed to be coming out next week. Yeah, I'm really enjoying. Yeah, I'm really getting my money's worth from Disney Plus, because I'm really loving it so far. Yeah, I also watched Sex Education, which just recently came out on Netflix. That was also pretty nice. I think it was the final season though, which is a bit of a shame, but also I kind of get it. After 4 seasons, what more do you want to talk about? But yeah, it was fun. I like that too. What are you watching at the moment? Something that you would recommend? I love all kinds of stuff really, so I'm open to anything. And as I said, I recommend all of the things that I mentioned because I loved every single one of them. I'm a big Marvel fan, I'm a big animated movie fan, and I also love shows like Sex Education. So yeah, I recommend them all. So here we are working on the kitchen. I kept the color scheme very light and airy, and I kind of started to add the hints of mint with the curtains in the kitchen, which are curtains that I think I've used throughout the entire build except for the kids' bedrooms. Usually what I like to do when I'm building is adding the same color to like all of the common areas and the master bedroom, and then the bedrooms for the kids are usually just completely different colors. I kind of want to keep the style, but I always kind of change the color scheme in the end because I feel like it's better for the personality of the kids living in that space that they have their own kind of color palette. So yeah, I try to keep the color of the wood, which you'll see in the bedrooms that I did here, that the bed frame, the desk, everything has the same wood swatch. So this like warm honeywood tone, while the colors on like the bed and like rugs and things like that are different than the rest of the house, which I think is kind of realistic. At least that's how we have it in our house where I live with my parents at the moment, that we have kind of the same wood swatches, but the colors are different in my and my brother's room. So here I'm working on the dining space. I initially went with these bluish chairs, but then I was taking screenshots in the middle of building, and I didn't really like the blue with the mint. So I think I ended up switching them to the white swatch off camera later on. Here I'm also making something I don't really make very often. So I have these open bookcases from Growing Together, which I haven't used in a while, but I really thought they looked nice here. I usually don't like to have these like open shelvings because personally I hate cleaning these things. So I don't really do them in my Sims builds either, but I don't know, I felt like they would look really cute here. And I also may use this kind of hanger situation from high school years, which I don't use very often, for a similar reason, really. And I used it as kind of like a hanger for clothes when you come into the house, because there is not a space for that immediately after you enter. There's only a mirror and shoes, so I imagine that they hang their like jackets and things like that there, which I thought was like a really nice touch. Here we are working on the living room. I used my favorite couches from the book Nook, which I'm still obsessed with. I love them. They're so freaking pretty. And I used also the new frame TV, which again, very cool item to have in the game. It's not something I've ever really thought about having in my own home, because I mean, I don't know, I'm fine with the regular TV. But it looks really pretty, especially in builds like this, which are kind of elegant and modern. So it looks very cool to have like an art piece in the TV when it's not playing. So I really like that. I also had space for a piano here, so I imagine maybe the second parent is really into music. Maybe they are a musician. Yeah, I thought that was like a really nice thing to add. I mean, they don't have their own dedicated space for it, which I probably wouldn't have even if I wanted to. I could have put it in the kind of like a bedroom, so they had to have a private space, but I think it doesn't really matter in The Sims, I feel like. I also used this console table from Spa Day, which again is something I don't use very often, but I really like it here. And it had the perfect swatch and exactly what I was looking for, I guess. Even though the openness in the middle is kind of weird to me, to be honest. I just like the way it looked. I also imagined that either one of the parents or maybe it's one of the kids is really crafty. So I placed some crafting decoration on the table, on the coffee table, as well as that embroidery basket from Cottage Living in the living room. I think one of the kids has an easel in their bedroom, so maybe that's the kid that is really into crafts and arts. Yeah, something I would really love to have in my own bedroom. Not an easel, I'm not a painter, I'm more of a I don't know, drawer. Probably not. That's not the right word. I'm more of a, I like drawing rather than painting, but I would love to have like a space for my art endeavors in my bedroom. So here we are working on the gym that I mentioned before. I used the, I don't know how to call that, like a barn door sort of situation from the industrial loft kit, which it's not really functional here. I just really wanted to make it, to have it for the effect. And I used all of the items from Spa Day, which I really, really love. I love how this gym worked out, or like turned out. There is a massage table as well. There is a yoga mat. So everything your sim needs if they're an athlete, if they need to max out their like wellness activity, as well as the not activity, wellness skill, as well as the like athletic skill. And I really like that. I really love the gym. I think it might be my favorite room of the whole house, because I don't know, it's just not a room that I build very often, and I had a lot of fun working on it. Here I'm working on the kind of hallway landing area. This is where the master bedroom is going to be, so I placed a couple of benches, maybe like a reading nook or something like that. Here I placed some kid stuff, so I think the cardboard castle from Eco Lifestyle, a poof, and on the other side a toy box and some other toys and a light. And I also am going to place some decorations, which I did off camera. And now we're moving on to the first of the two kids' bedrooms. I think this one is going to be blue, because I end up going for a blue swatch of this Dream Home decorated bed, and I kind of changed the whole color scheme of other stuff as well, and I added some not highlight walls, like feature walls, I think they're called. So feature walls to kind of highlight the color. I know it's a bit matchy that you have like everything blue, but to my defense, my bedroom is I have mint walls and kind of like a grey, white, black and pink color palette with the mint. So I do have a match bedroom too. So yeah, I guess I'm just taking that to Sims. I also used this kind of like a mural thing from horse ranch, which I thought complemented the colors here very well. It has these like hints of pink and like orange and red, and I really liked the way that it looked with the color scheme in here. I imagine that this sim is probably a teenager, because I feel like the bedroom is a bit more adulty than the other one, even though that one is quite adulty as well, but I feel like this is more of a like either an older child or a teenager, because I don't know, that's just the vibe that I had from like the color palette and everything. Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I imagined when I was building or like working on this. I also used this beautiful rug from Dream Home Decorator, which I believe is in the debug menu, or like it's like hidden. I might be wrong, I'm not sure about that, but I really like the way that looked in here. And again, something, it's not a rug that I use very often because of the print, but I went a bit crazy with prints in here, and I really like the way it looked in the end. I also used some posters from high school years. I mentioned that this sim also loves like nature and plants and flowers, so that's kind of reflected in the posters on the wall. And now we're moving on to the second bedroom, which has kind of like this reddish black color scheme. So I went for a black bedding, but I added red as the kind of like accent color in the bedroom, and I also used the same mural but with like a different swatch in here as well. So the layouts of the bedrooms are similar. I just used different swatches and different kind of clutter pieces to give the rooms a bit of a personality of their own, you know, so that the Sims have their own personality, they have their own hobbies. So I felt like this sim that lives here is probably like a kid, and they're really into sports, so they really look up to their parent, the one who is an athlete, and they want to be an athlete as well. So they have their own punching bag, I believe, and they have some posters about sports and things like that. And I thought that was like a really nice touch, because usually, especially like boys, look up to their fathers quite often when it comes to like jobs and things like that. So I felt like it was a really nice thing to add, that maybe one of the kids is really looking up to their parent who is famous and very athletic. So I felt like they maybe want to be an athlete too when they grow up. So I reflected that in the bedroom as well. And now we're going to move on to the last bedroom of the house, which is the master bedroom. I ended up using the same bed that I used for the kids, but in like obviously the bigger version, and I stick with this swatch, I believe. I love the pattern that's on like the duvet and the pillows. It's just such a pretty pattern, and I think it looks really, really nice in the house. Yeah, I went with like this whole like Scandinavian eco lifestyle vibe, and I really missed working on houses with that vibe and that style, because I think it's my favorite, but it's been a while since I've done a build like that. So I hope you are going to enjoy it, and you're going to like the build as much as I do, as I'm just adding some finishing touches to the bedroom. And that's going to be it for today's video. So if you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page, if you prefer tray files over that gallery downloads, especially now that the gallery is a bit glitchy. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video, and that you can always see when I post a new one. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you are having a great day. I hope your weekend is going to be great if you're watching this on a Friday or on Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.